A vision is not a vision if it's realistic.
No.
A vision is not a vision if it can be simply attained and done. No, then it's a goal. Usually, a vision must scare you. When anybody says your vision is unrealistic, know that you have set the right vision, as long as it clicks with your purpose.
Ladies and gentlemen, so from the beginning of the year, we've been talking about New Year Fresh Start, a book from Dr. Richmond Kwame Frimpong. And once again, I would like to tell you to grab a copy of this book. This book is a life-changing book. You have so much insightful thing when it comes to your purpose, when it comes to your goals and other things. Well, last week, he also spoke about purpose. He delved so much into, he said, first of all, you need to find God. And then you move into something which is called shape. Your heart, your ability, your experience and everything in our previous episode. So in our previous episode, we have found our purpose. Dr. Richmond Kwame Frimpong, welcome once again.
Thank you.
Okay.
Victor.
You are welcome. So today's question is more about visions.
Right.
Last week in our previous episode, you spoke about purpose and how to find your purpose. Now, after finding your purpose, my next question is, how do you get to know your vision towards this purpose that you found?
So, again, these are deep conversations.
Okay.
And we are talking about not just what, we are talking about how, and all are coming together so that this year will be fresh and it will be your best year ever.
Amen.
So pay attention.
Okay.
We said purpose is something you discover because that is the reason why you are around and exist. And we talked about how to discover it. But to let purpose drive and run and achieve its goal, you need an instrument or a vehicle or a machinery called vision.
Okay.
It is vision that takes you there so that you become what your purpose is you should become. So vision is to the body what the eye is.
Okay.
Vision is like what the eye is to the body. It gives you clarity. It gives you sight. So vision is not a discovery like purpose. For vision, you would have to craft it. That is why in Habakkuk, it did not say discover your vision. It says write the vision down.
Great.
So vision must be captured and written. So if this is my purpose for life, 10 years from now, 20 years from now, when all is said and done, what do I want to be remembered for in terms of how I deployed my purpose? That is vision. It is the picture of your future. So that big future that you bring from that future into the present, that is your vision. So vision is something you have to sit down deliberately and say that XYZ, which is my name, or Kofi, or Amma, or Adwa, or Bonzi, whatever, in the next 10 years, in the next 20 years, if this is what I'm living for, what do I want to be remembered for when all is said and done? What do I want to accomplish? How far do I want to go? That is vision. And usually, it is good to scale vision in multiples of 5.
Okay.
If you can do 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, it works. I'll tell you a story. About 15 years ago, I had put together 25-year strategic plan. That was when I think I was doing a second degree or so, and I was getting ready to marry. I printed it and bounded it. Hard copy, 25 years. Then I was going to make a proposal to my wife. I had known her for just 2 years. I gathered my Bible, gathered my printed, bounded documents, took my laptop, visited her, and then I said, "Sister, I have something to tell you." I projected on the wall. Then I said, "This is 25 years of my life. Academics, finance, marriage, anything else. I shared just 10 years. Then I said, "This is the document. This is where I see you." I projected her as a wife and the things she would do, her career, compliments, everything in there. Then I said, "Take 10 years, go study it. This is my proposal. I'm not proposing over bread or over fish or over ice water or over a piece of meal in a restaurant. I am proposing over this document. If you look at it and you are happy, come back to me and say, yes, I do. Then we'll go together and draft it. 25 years solidly printed out. That is what has brought us to this level as a couple. My point is, your vision must be captured as the picture of your future. Write it down and break it down. Break it down in batches. In my life, what are the areas in my life that matter to me 10 years from now? It depends on you. There should be finance. There should be academics. There should be career. There should be ministry. There should be spirituality. There should be health. Anything is up to you. But there must be anchors you break down and say 20 years from now, 10 years from now, 5 years from now, if there is no limitation to what I can become and I'm going all out with every resource, where will I be in my finances? Where will I be in my academics? Where will I be in my career? Capture that in writing with no limitation, with no economy matters, with no data restrictions, with no fuel and salary restrictions. What picture do I see? When you break it down and write it down, that is the beginning of your crafting of your vision. Then you move to the next thing, which are called goals, but I'll come to that later.
All right. So, Dr. Richmond's proposal is not the usual proposal we know by the flowers, cameras here, people shouting wood. This one is a vision and a purpose proposal to his wife. Well, thank you. So, to our next question, now you found your purpose, you have a clear idea of your vision. How do you then write your vision down?
Right. So, mind you, all these things are not done in a day.
Okay.
Discovering your purpose could take weeks. That is why starting afresh has no timeline. It is great if you have done all these things and you are just striking January 1 with what you have to do in this year. If you have not, spend the first 2 months. Don't be in a hurry. Let them start. Let them pop the champagne. Hide yourself somewhere and answer these questions. Now, this must be done in a book. If you have not done that, it cannot be done in your head. It must be a book. That is your life book. And you have department, finance, academics, all those things. You've captured it. After you've captured these things, assuming there was no limitation, how far do I want to see myself in the next 20 years? In the next one, you've written it down.
Okay.
Get a mentor to look at it for you. And a mentor here is anybody who has advanced and traveled the path you are looking to travel. So remember, I said there are portions of your life. There may be somebody who can be your mentor in finance. Check with them. Another in career in academics. Check with them. Find them and just check, second check, validate with them and let them give you some advice. When you have done that, your vision document literally is ready. But if you get the book, there is a template we will guide you with that you can use that will make it even more simpler. And I think you'll speak about that. Then when that is done, you move to goals. Goals are the wheels that will drive what must go into, 10 years from now, I say I want to marry a red girl with a nice behind and a nice face and then very good money with a good family. No problem. It's easier written than done. The goal is, how do I identify such a person? What qualities must I become to get it? In the next 5 years, I want to have this balance on my account, this type of investment, this type of property. It's okay, no problem. The goal is, how do I move from where I am today to where I want to be in the next 10 years? It's in the book, find it. But literally, your goal will say, what can I do with 0 degree in 2025 to now a degree in law and called to the bar by 2020 to 20, maybe 27? What must I do? Maybe the first 3 months, I need to go and get an application form. The next, I need to check if I qualify. The next, I need to write an entrance exam. The next, I need to get money to pay the fees. The next, so you break them down and begin to do what you have to do. That is how you set goals. They are the tactics, the ingredients that build you from where you are to where you want to get to. And everybody knows that for a goal to work, it must be smart. We have added something in the book called SMARTER, E-R. Look for it, it's in the book. But I'll talk about SMART, which everybody knows. It must be specific. It must be measurable. You should be able to put a number to it. It must be attainable. It must be realistic. And there should be a time by it. there should be a time by it. So I want to graduate in law. Then you say, I want to graduate in 12 months. It's not possible because you will have to do your first degree in law and then you go to Makola or wherever for 2 more years. So it means your goal is sick. Check with a smart standard so that if it means you have to become a lawyer called to the bar, then you need to do it within this period. My point is, if you follow this, then you are building your goal sheet. You notice that this is different from a resolution. In a resolution, you are under the anointing and under the praise and under the theme, you just wrote the list. But when you now sit down after 31st night and you are doing this detail, you know that, hey, say law school man pass, I mean, certificate. That is the detail you need.
Okay, thank you so much, doctor. So you see why you need to get the book. Whatever he said it's in the book. That's the reason why you need to get the book. He has spoken much about the purpose, the vision, and then the goal. You need to have mentors. When it comes to business and finance, and I can promise you that he's the right person to sort out. You have to see him when you write your vision for your finances and your business. You need to see Dr. Richmond Kwame Frimpong. Thank you so much, doctor. Okay, so doctor, sometimes you tell your friends, your family about the visions and goals you have about your life, and then sometimes they go like, this kind of vision, this type of visions are unrealistic visions. How then do you know that this vision is realistic or unrealistic?
A vision is not a vision if it's realistic.
No.
A vision is not a vision if it can be simply attained and done. No, then it's a goal. Usually, a vision must scare you. Usually, a vision is not something at the stroke of an act you can achieve. A vision, remember, is a picture of your future. So sometimes when I look at your current state and the future you are projecting, they don't make sense. That is what makes a vision. So if your vision is not daunting and scaring you enough, and you don't need anybody to accomplish your vision, then it's not a vision. It's a wish list you have written. A vision should be such that you need somebody to guide you. You need a God, a big God to make it happen because you have seen a purpose and it requires that vision. If your vision is realistic, go back. You didn't do a good job.
Okay.
A goal, rather, must be realistic because the goal is the lane connecting bridge that helps you poco a poco. Here a little, there a little, a day, small, the next day, little by little, it takes you into your vision. But your vision, when anybody says your vision is unrealistic, know that you have set the right vision as long as it clicks with your purpose.
Thank you so much. So first of all, your vision should not even be realistic. It should scare you. It should scare the people. So those comments, this vision is not realistic, let them say it because normally visions are not supposed to be realistic. So then let me tell you a story, doctor. When my producer said we are coming to interview Dr. Frimpong, first of all, I didn't believe because I know I watch your videos on YouTube and I know where the kind of the personalities and ways, and I was like, how are we going to meet Dr. Richmond Kwame? But here we are today. So thank you so much, doctor. Okay, so to our viewers, I can't say we spoke all about this book. That's why I'm assuring you to get this book. This book is a life-changing book. New year, fresh start. Get this book, get a copy, read it yourself. And then whilst you're reading, you're watching this interview, you know how to go about your life when it comes to your vision, when it comes to your goals, when it comes to your purpose. Thank you so much for watching this episode. Stay with us for our next episode.